G'day, I'm Blake, he, him, as part of the Open Hearth. I nearly said Gauntlet Group, role-playing group. Yes, and tonight, this afternoon, whatever, we're playing Vaesen, depending on where you come from. This one's set in Bavaria, 1836, or southern, what would be Germany. So Kingdom of Bavaria, 1836. It's been a kingdom for about 10 years. An important sort of area in between Prussia, Austria, and France. They all try and be friendly to it to get a strategic sort of location. There are steam trains. There is no electricity. There's handheld telescopes. There's old muskets and stuff like that. Any questions, let me know. I've got 4 eager players here who've just done up their characters, and we'll do relationships in a minute. If each of you would like to take turns introducing yourself with your sort of character's name, or your player's name, character's name, and like age and profession. And you've all met. I'm going to start with Mark.
Hey, hi, I'm Mark. I use he and them, and I am playing Engels Geisberg. I'm a mature priest. Do I say my trauma and
No.
Okay,
no. We'll bring that up. You can do your motivation. And maybe
my motivation is to cleanse my tarnished soul. And so is my characters.
So what's your highest skill? What have we got? Close combat?
I'm good at physique and empathy. I think empathy is the primary one here.
Yep. Yeah, so you're the talker, the people that relate to people.
I got feelings.
Or manipulates the shit out of them. Oh,
yeah.
No, because that's actually a separate skill. Yeah. All right. Will, you want to go next?
Hi, I'm playing Kaler, and I am a 40-year-old occultist. I perform seances, predict people's futures, contact the dead. My motivation is, understanding myself and this strange power that I've come to
know. Dom.
Hello, my name is Dom, he, him, and I'll be playing Alfred Hofmann, a young servant who's mainly motivated by his own curiosity into the supernatural and unknown. His best attribute is physique with a 5. As for skills, I'm going pretty even with the skills I have taken or having just a 2 in them, yet to find a dominant skill. But that will change during play.
I'm just going to ask, with the physique of 5, do you look like, Schwarzenegger? Do you look like you built like a brick shit house, or is it sort of compact and people can't tell?
It's pretty compact. Like, if you scroll it all the way down, I post an image in the get to keep how I imagine after to look like. So
it's like Bruce Lee. You don't know until it's too late.
Pretty much, as a servant, Alfred doesn't want to stand out. Just want to show his masters.
Okay. Callum.
Hello everyone, I am Callum from London, pronounce he, him, and tonight I will be playing Willem von Schönbrunn, who's a hunter, mature hunter, right at the very end of mature, so I would say he's 50 years old, and his motivation is he wants to bag some fantastic game. He's a hunter, but above all he's a disgraced veteran from the Austrian army.
Okay. Mark, would you care to read the premise? I've just put in the chat.
Yes. The premise is you are residents of the Kingdom of Bavaria around Munich in 1836. Your group has learned that there used to be an organization known as the capital S Society and dedicated to reestablish it. The society existed for hundreds of years, made up of people with the sight, capital S, who devoted their time to studying and expelling Vaesen. You tracked down a former member of the society, a woman named Leia Schneider. Leia has told you about the history and traditions of the society and has given you keys to the... It cuts off Blake. Cuts off there. And you're muted. We can't hear you.
Just limited, Blake.
There's always once. All right. While you work in this job, you can stay in the manor, basically. And the manor is a Südhafen, which means South Haven. It's a... Should show you a bloody picture. That would be better. Yeah. Please tell me it's not the only thing I haven't uploaded. Oh, my God. All right. Where's... I've got everything else uploaded except that. Let's present. Right, so that's the manor.
Nice.
Yeah, and you can stay there 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years, however long you are doing this job, which of course you get paid for. And there's a housekeeper, a cook, and a gardener that live there. And this is sort of right on the edge of southern edge of Munich. You can get rid of that. Some more of the background. The Grimms, as in Wilhelm and Jakob Grimm, who wrote the Brothers Grimm's stories. At this point, they're up to like 3rd edition, so there's about 160 stories in it. All their research and notes and talking to people, there's a copy of all of that in the manor, which is part of how you know about the world and, well, the real world. The manor used to belong to their younger daughter, Charlotte, but she passed away about 3 years ago and willed the manor to the housekeeper, Frau Schneider, who employed you. But it's more like a partnership. She's like, well, we'll kind of look after you. You have to go out there and deal with the creatures. So, yes, as always, if there's any questions but yeah, ask. So we've got, Wilhelm, Karl, Engels, and Alfred. I can get rid of that tab. Oh my God. All right. So we need to do relationships. Scroll down to like line 46 to 50. Now, the ones that are listed there are a suggestion. If you come up with a better idea, fire away. So, for example, Callum might throw out, I'm attracted to you, to one of the others. And the other one can accept and say, define the nature of that. Like, is it a bromance? Is it a, oh, I wish I was like you? Is it whatever?
I mean, I think I am attracted to you sounds like one for the player to define, right? Like, because it's I am as opposed to you are, like a bunch of mine are you are, all of mine, in fact, are you as opposed to I. Or you can make up your own, I guess, if you don't want to be attracted to this fine group of lads, because I can say that it's definitely, it definitely should be Dom, right? Like Alfred Hoffman's got that compact frame.
Well, you know, you don't know what I'm into. Let me. I mean, well, Carl, do you mind if I'm like secretly attracted to you? Like,
no,
fully.
No.
I think I am also secretly in love with Carl.
Yeah, triangle. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I love it.
Yeah.
I do, you know, I speak so softly to the dead. If only I would speak so softly to you.
Maybe I should be dead, and then you would talk so softly to me.
Wilhelm, would you mind being my disciple?
That's you, Callum.
Oh, sorry. I'm not used to Willem. Your disciple.
I guess so, or at least
Yeah,
I
so
think you are.
in religious matters, you may defer to their expertise and you talk about religious stuff with them. You accept they're an authority on it.
Or at least
Okay.
I will treat you that way.
Okay. Maybe you'd think I am your disciple, but
Yeah.
I'm rolling my eyes at every advice you give.
But let's just say if you're both Catholic, which is the dominant religion, if you get a mental condition, they can actually heal that for you.
I can give you
They
absolution. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
sure.
if you're super good at pretending you're Catholic.
Same thing.
I think the obvious ones that jump out for me is Wilhelm is hiding something from the rest of us. Engels brings me peace, and Alfred will save us all one day.
Yep. Checks out.
If anyone objects to any of those, I'm happy to move them around. Nope. Okay. How about you, Dom?
I'm thinking because a lot of my have to do with kind of like how my characters see each other, because like the free relationship that kind of like suggested are like at your service. I don't take orders from you, and mutual respect.
I'd love it if you didn't take orders from me, because that would mean that I'm giving you orders all the time. It's just
okay. That works for me. So I don't take orders from Wilhelm. I'm thinking maybe Karl is at your service, but there will be mutual respect for Engels and
Wait a minute. Whose servant are you? Are you one of the other servants, or are you a servant of the household and you just got recruited because of that?
Oh, that is the big question. The servant.
I think at some point I passed by you. I spoke to your master, and you're following me now. You're at my service, and you don't obey at all. I don't know. It's just an idea.
That works for me. If that's how you wanna play it, like we can also do that. Alfred like came to here like with Wilhelm, and then I imagine that Wilhelm came here because he was like hired by what's her name, by Liach, and I think maybe like us, just like touring, we also saw. Oh, Alfred also has the vision. Alfred can also see the Vaesen, the creatures.
Okay, so yes, you can all see in Vaesen, you can all see the odd creatures. Most people think they don't exist anymore.
So, Karl, I'm attracted to you. Engels, I hate bullies like you, even though I'm your disciple. And Alfred Hoffman, you're a tiny weakling.
Love it.
I think
somebody going to put pictures in. Okay. Okay. So yeah, in Vaesen, you can all see the invisible creatures. So, like, for example, if there's a werewolf, most other people either can't see it or think it's just a regular wolf there. But you like can actually go, oh crap, there's a person that sort of image is shifting, and you can sort of see what it is. Some people would think you were crazy if you told them, so it's not something you would advertise and tell everybody, but people would think you guys are kind of like specialist detectives. And you deal with odd situations.
I will just note that I changed the mutual respect to just like respects your conduct to Engels, because I think that fits better than mutual respect, seeing as Engels thinks that he's better than Alfred.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. Yep. Have you all spent your skill points? You should have all had a couple to spend at least.
Mhm.
I also just want to note is that I believe like every character also gets a memento, which should be like an item that can like is part of you.
Yes, I know I forgot something on the character sheet. Let's have a look. Is it a list of 20 or something?
There's a table, I believe, in let me check. It's a table in
Page 23.
Yep. For me, it's page 20. Yeah, page 23. There's a listed 2d6, and you can like just add in the numbers. So I can like roll in for that. They got wooden dice made of bone.
Oh yeah, D66. So 2 lots of Okay.
Just remembered I have Vaesen. Forgotten PDF somewhere. Mementos. Okay. 2d6. Okay, let's go. 2d6.
Decide which one is tens and which one is units, and then
I think someone put their memento in mine.
Oh, they're both the same color. We cannot change the color. Okay, I'm gonna roll 1. 36. Tame pigeon.
you can change the animal type if you want. That's not a big deal. It's just
No,
why
pigeon is great.
So it takes better care of the pigeon than he does of his master.
Equipment up there.
Yeah, I think there's a memento section now on line 41. All right, so tame pigeon, a rabbit suit. Yeah. Really good. So, okay. So, like most other places in the 1830s, there is a big gap between the people that have money and the people that don't, and most of the population don't. There's still a large working class, lower class, whatever you want to call them. So it is Bavaria, January, so it's winter. It's typically -4 to 4 Celsius or 24 to 40 Fahrenheit. So it's cold, fair bit of rain. It is above sea level, so it's definitely cooler. Okay.
I think I may be the only one without the book, so I don't know my gear, starting gear.
I can copy paste it for you.
Thank you very much.
What's your class again?
Occultist.
Occultist.
You already have it in the chat. Like if you scroll above premise, like I already put in like
thank you very much, Tom. Sorry, I missed that.
No worries.
All right.
Nice. Powdered stag's horn. Nice.
Or
thank you guys.
in the box.
Yeah. Dagger or cooking pot? I know which one I'm going to take. The dagger, right? Like 100%. Yeah.
What's hunting equipment? I actually don't know what it could be.
It could be a net, a foot trap.
Yeah, it was hunting trap or hunting equipment, and so I was
probably a knife and a whetstone as well, because you've got to like skin the rabbit or whatever if you catch it.
Okay.
Compass. I'm pretty sure they had compasses then as well. All right, so the hunting dog, we just need its name and star sign. No, I'm joking. Okay. It is typically the leader of the group. No. All right. Let's so one of you will get a letter from your cousin. Stop it, kitty. Bloody cat. All right.
I'm very proud of the name I picked for my hunting dog. Napoleon, come back!
Oh god.
Do we have a name for the pigeon as well?
Good call. I need a name for the tame pigeon.
Here we go. So this lady is somebody's cousin. This is Mona Weiss, probably Weiss. She sent you a letter. Who wants to be Mona's cousin?
Sure, why not?
So she sent you a letter. I really need 3 screens. This is ridiculous. All right. Oh no, if I cut and paste this, it's going to bloody... I wonder if I can screen share it. Because if I cut and paste, it's going to cut off, isn't it? Can you read that?
Dearest cousin, this letter brings a collection of news. I shall start with the good news first. I am to be married to Gerrit Lorena, a wonderful man from an established family, next week. We are having festivities in Ingolstadt, and you are welcome to join the celebration. But the frightening news I must import is one of the groomsmen, Frederick, has gone missing. Part of the festivities included a fox hunt in the woods, and several people were injured. Frederick did not return, and that pesky fox escaped. All the bad luck, it seems. Several of the wedding party searched the woods but found little evidence of Frederick, though strangely they found a stream of water that was tainted in some way, a strange indigo colour and a simply ghastly smell. I recall from many discussions in our youth that you were quite good at figuring out and solving puzzles. If you and your associates could make your way with most haste to Ingolstadt to assist us, we would be forever grateful. I hope to see you soon, in need of your keen insights. Your cousin, forever and always, Mona Weiss. There we go. P.S. Train tickets included, of course. Yeah. This is good of Mona not to require us to pay for our tickets. The largesse of Frau Schneider would probably not extend to an expensive journey across Bavaria. Listen, you cannot even hear her complaints as she is muted.
It's only a couple of hours to the north, so, and it's they will generally fund that sort of thing. That's not too bad. But if you say, oh, I need to buy a chateau for the weekend, it's like, no, you don't have that much money.
So tell us about this Mona cousin of yours. Is she a decent young Bavarian?
I have not seen Mona for many years. She is somewhat younger than me, of course, but when we were younger, she would often play in her dresses whilst and she was most entertained by what I thought was mere childish fantasy, playing seances and speaking to the dead. Of course.
Of course, yes.
Came as a shock to us when we both speak to the dead.
In such a way.
Yes, of course. You spoke to the dead as well, my friend. I imagined you more as hunting rabbits in the
I
forest.
meant the dresses, but
yes.
Indigo color and ghastly colors.
It's the devil's work, is what it is.
Yes. But it's always a devil with you, my old chap. But what sort of minions of the devil might that be?
It's one way to find out.
Maybe I'm sure that you, Master Schönbrunn, are going to swiftly take care of it.
We will all take care of it, Herr Hoffman. We all are gifted with the sight, and we shall find what these people are looking for, whether it's young Frederick or a fox.
I think we need to know the lay of the land. My good Alfred, please go in the library and see if we have a map lying around to see the layout of this region. Come on, chop chop.
You'll see after just like rolled his eyes, and of course, mustard. Ashwin, and he'll go to the library and see if he can find a map of the northern area.
Yes, I don't have one handy, so I'll just tell you. From Munich, you go straight north. You take the train straight north for about 2 hours. It's kind of half. Ingolstadt is halfway between. Oh, good, I'm not muted. Ingolstadt is halfway between Nuremberg and Munich, and it's just 2 hours straight north on the train, which you've already been given tickets to.
Very good, very good. Got a big pipe which I'm smoking on.
They let us away.
All right, so we'll say it's mid-morning. No, well, they probably you probably got the letter sort of at morning, like 9 a.m. January winter morning.
Carl was reading that over the breakfast toast. You know.
Do you require more coffee here, Director?
Yes, Alfred. Coffee, good idea. I have it black, please.
Another cup would be most appreciated, Herr Hoffman. Thank you.
Most certainly.
Okay. So yeah, it's 9 in the morning. You've been given that letter. You can look at heading off.
Yeah.
Later that day or the next day or whatever. Depends.
No time like the present.
Yep. Duty calls.
Yeah, if we set off now, we can be there by supper. Yeah, for lunch. Yes. Oh, make sure you bring your hunting kit, Herr Schönbrunn.
Always. And we'll bring Napoleon with me. Where's that damn beast? Napoleon, back. Alfred, could you go and see where Napoleon is off to?
Does he have a little coat?
No. I think. I wonder what.
What about a tricorn hat?
No. We don't need to overdo that. Yeah, I guess it's a very little, very aggressive bulldog, but that farts a lot.
Excellent. Too much cheese.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It has difficulty breathing, but it's quite good in the action.
All righty. All right, so you jump on the steam train. Takes a while to get going. All right. All of you enjoyed train travel, or is somebody vomiting profusely, or trying to sleep the whole time? I don't know.
Just reading my Bible.
Smoking profusely.
Yeah, it was a pipe, wasn't it?
Yep, big pipe. You know those clay pipe in the shape of the head of the Kaiser.
Alrighty. Okay, and you get to Ingolstadt. Have I got? I do. So that's the town hall or Rathaus. Doesn't look. That's obviously a modern shop, but it wouldn't. It wouldn't look super different because it was definitely built back then. So it gives you an idea what the town square is like. Now it's. I got. I don't know the population. Anyway, yeah. So it's a small. It's a large town. And you've been invited to the chateau. Where is it? Where you can stay. Thanks to Mona giving you can stay there while you're looking into this situation. So that's the chateau where the wedding is. Although the wedding hasn't happened yet. It's just there's a bunch of sort of festivities in the week leading up to it, including the fox hunt, which went badly. But,
Amateurs.
okay. So, yes, you can stay at the chateau if you want, or you can stay at an inn nearby. It's up to you, whatever you prefer.
I think Mona would be more than pleased to give us accommodation in her. It is only a small house, of course, but I think they will find room for us somewhere in there.
Yeah, she's going to marry into wealth, so there's plenty of room. Okay. Alrighty. You going to grab lunch in town or head straight to the chateau? Or
Let's head straight there.
Oh, yeah, straight there. The Mona always made the best ham sandwiches, so I am sure.
All right. Yeah, so she, you rock up, the servants go and get her. She's happy to see you. So good you could come, gives you a big hug. Has a bit of a curious expression on her face when she's looking at your assistants. Oh, you brought your assistants? That's good.
Oh, yes, Mona. Assistants, colleagues, peers, partners, I think. Meine cousine, annoyingly the German for cousin is just cousin, which I think is probably really boring when the foreign language is the same as the English word, basically. But they are all very skilled in their ways. Herr Schonbrunn here is a fierce hunter, and whatever fox may have escaped your party, it cannot escape Wilhelm here. And of course, in your time of need, and I place a hand on Engel's shoulder, the power of the Lord is always there. And Heg, he takes it away. It's like slightly uncomfortable. Heg Giesler is always, one of the most comforting presences I have known. And of course, young Alfred Hoffman here. I mean, just look at the lad. He is. It speaks for itself, no? Nine.
If required any assistance, I would be more than happy to help.
Oh, thank you all for coming. Well, I'll show you to your rooms. Come up this way. And she'll sort of click her fingers twice, and one of the servants will try to help with some of your bags. Are you going to let them out through it, or are you going to do it all?
We don't want to take away their jobs.
Cal carries his bag. He's not, he's never been one for the servants. He just picks it up and says, "Hey, no bother. You can show me to your room, to my room."
I think Alfred will allow the servants to just take the bags here, because he understands this is their pride, this is their livelihood. He's not going to die them with that.
All right. So she takes up the room and said, "Yes, it's been awful. We were all having a good time, and then people got hurt in the fox hunt, and Frederick didn't come back. And I hope he's all right. He's been out in the woods for a night. If he's hurt, we haven't found him."
What happened though? How did people get hurt?
Well, yeah, they went on a fox hunt, and some of them were on foot, some of them were on horses, and there was a bit of a confusion at some point. I gather I wasn't there. I didn't go on the fox hunt. I don't want to ruin my new dress. And
you have already hunted down your prey, have you not, Mona?
I have indeed. I feel very lucky. But
it's good to see you. It's good to see you, and good to see you in such splendor. But tell me, was your fiance perhaps upon this hunt?
Yes. What was his name? Oh, Garrett. Yeah. Garrett Lorenz. Yes, he was. He was. I can introduce you once you put your stuff in your rooms. So yeah, you're at your rooms. You got
Perhaps we could. We did not eat upon the journey or in town. Perhaps some sandwiches or something.
Yeah. There's a buffet table downstairs where they're just, because there's a lot of guests here, so they're just constantly refilling it, and people can help themselves.
Nice. Yeah. So we, while we're talking to the others, we can have like little plates of stuff
Eat
to
our
be
fill.
eating.
Yep. Yeah, it's obvious this chateau is fairly wealthy. There's quite a bit of food here. This is in the haves and haves not. This is the haves. Let's have a look.
The Habsburgs. Okay. Yeah.
But, so yeah, there's a lot of people talking around the buffet table. See if this is going to work.
Any militaries around the table?
Any what?
Military? Any officers?
Yeah. There's a couple. They would be the Bavarian Guard, or what is basically the kingdom's military. Not like generals or major or anything, but there's a few, corporals and sergeants there.
Okay, well, I will engage with one of them, ask them about the, whatever feat they achieved.
Well, yeah, they'll probably be. This is going to be. Nicholas Kruger, Lieutenant Nicholas Kruger, he's saying, I had the fox in my sights and I ducked behind a tree, and someone else got in the way, and then someone else got in the way of them, and these people fell over and they rolled down a gully, and I was, my prey was right there, and then these people got injured. It was just want to get back out there and get the little vixen.
Sneaky little creatures, those foxes. Almost as bad as the French.
Well, yeah, of course, but
we all spit at the mention of the French, of course.
But I think Bavaria was allied to the French, and they won together against Austria. So
no, you know better than I would. Yeah,
I just checked that.
Depending every sort of 6 months, it changes.
Yeah.
Sort of whether we're pro-French today or anti-Austrian, and swapping, and yeah.
So it was a great confusion of events. Unlucky, misfortunate, one might say. I look around portentously at the rest of the table. Many things bring bad luck.
Although, if you look outside the window, there's plenty of snow on the ground, so it may not have been the best time to go hunting anyway.
Easier to find tracks. You think one of them could show us where the accident happened? Would be I'm very curious to check out that stream that was tainted by.
All right. Are
there any hours of daylight left still? Are we in the sort of
it'd be like 1 PM at this point. So
okay.
Yeah, your future cousin-in-law Garrett is happy to take you out there. He was on the fox hunt, so he can show you where that is. A couple of the bridesmaids say to, are you Father Giesberg?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yep. And that they'll say, if tonight, if you're willing to do a prayer, we'd like to pray for Frederick.
Of course.
He isn't found.
You may join me in my evening prayers. Absolutely.
Okay. So thank you. And thank you, Father. Thank you. And they go off and keep loading up on the buffet table because, everybody is. It's free. All right.
I think, because we're listening to the recollection of what happened during the hunt. So I think Alfred's sitting there and listening intently.
Okay.
And I want to see if I can use observation to see if they are being truthful about like what happened, or if they are trying to, or if they know more than they're letting on.
Okay. I'm trying to think, would it be observation? Because that's more passive. So, yeah, it would be observation and empathy, which you have 6 dice.
Yes, that will give me 6, the d6 to roll. So, now let it depends what we get. Okay, I got 0 6s and 3 1s.
Okay, you mostly hear different variations of the same thing about, there was a fox hunt, a few people nearly had the fox, and then someone got in the way, someone tripped over, a bunch of people fell down a gully. It was slippery conditions out there. But, yeah, nothing sort of useful than that. You also pick out a bunch of them were actually drinking while they're either riding or running through the woods and stuff. It was all a bit too merry. Celebrating a bit early, you could argue.
Don't blame the drinks. Some of these lads were probably not good enough to hold their liquor, but a little bit of liquor, it's important to keep you warm in such weather.
I'm sure that is the case, Master Schönbrunn, but
speaking of Alfred, can I have a refill? My cup is empty.
I'm sure that one of the other servants will be sure to get that for you. We do have a task.
Thanks, Alfred. Good lad.
After to the others, either case, I don't think we'll get too much useful information from the other guests as to what exactly happened.
All right. So you're happy to go out with Garrett, have a look at where the fox hunt was?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm,
yeah. Do people need a bio break, or are you good?
It'd be good to take a 5-minute break, yeah.
5 minutes?
Okay.
Yeah.
5 minutes, you.
Thank you.
Just looking at everyone's dark secrets. These are beautiful. Hell, I got to use 2 of them in the first session. Alrighty.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming from Alfred. Jesus.
What I'm just wondering is who exactly was that Alfred murdered?
The last person that ordered him around.
Yeah.
And it'd be easy for at least 2 of you to find out. Okay. I'll just give the guy a sec to come back.
I do hope that those 6 dice that get a single success isn't omen of things to come.
The game I'm playing, I think we're up to session 25. I've had 1 roll of 2 successes, and everything else have either been a fail or 1 success.
Wow.
I just rolled shit out. But I built the tank, so it's all right. I take the pounding, and everyone else goes, "Oh, that's revealed this bit of information." righty. So you're off with Garrett Lorenz on the. He's taking you over the fox hunt. He doesn't say a lot. He's a quieter sort of chap. Obviously, it's the opposites attract stuff with his bride to be because she can talk the leg off a horse. But
Congratulations!
well, not yet. Soon will be. I feel lucky to have met the most lovely person in the kingdom. But
Seem to be.
yes, it's going well. All right, yeah, mind where you step there. It's it's a bit slippery. There's a cold breeze. It's a light bit of snow. All right, so yeah, we went along, this ridge, and then we went down into that gully, and that's where sort of things started to go wrong. People started to trip over each other and fall over rocks, and yeah, the fox took the opportunity to get away. So he's taken to the area. People want to search or whatever, or ask him more questions.
Do a little poking around.
I pick up some
Find anything
moss and smell it.
Don't
Well.
eat the yellow snow.
Master Schonbrunner, these difference with doing that. We don't want you catching another illness.
All right. So, any of you trying to use any of your skills?
Yeah. What should we use for investigation? That sounds good. Yeah.
You're looking for physical evidence and stuff like that.
So I'm rolling the investigation skill plus logic. Is that right?
Yes, that sounds right.
I'm looking for 6s.
Hopefully.
All right. No 6s.
Yep, lots of footprints. Even though it was a day ago, that's still, it can only cover up so much. There's obviously too many people, too many horses.
What about this stream with the stench and that rather odd color?
Yep.
Where did that?
Yep, that's down over here. I'll lead you over that way.
Okay, I'm following.
Yeah. So it's probably a kilometer down the gully.
As we walk, you have a fine home, Herr Lawrence. Has it been in your family long?
It's my father's, but yes, for 3 generations, we're involved in the many wars our kingdom has been dragged into, and been fortunate enough to survive and do all right. And
it's good to see that that the land remains in the hands of its people. But it's something of a hobby of mine. The local tales, and you have heard of the Brothers Grimm? Yes,
of course.
Yes, well, it is something of a passion of mine as well, and I was wondering, is there anything local to the area? Your family here for 3 generations, you must have heard all of the folk tales and peasant talk.
He sort of chuckles, and when I was a little boy, there was it's silly.
What is silly? Of course it is silly, but it is part of our culture. Yes, I mean it is worth knowing these things. The Brothers Grimm, they have made their reputations upon such silly things, and I would be most interested to know.
A social skill you're trying to leverage here, or
I have inspiration.
Okay,
I'll leverage that. Yeah, I'm trying to inspire him that this is actually part of what makes Bavaria Bavaria. If we simply say goodbye to our history and our traditions, then we may as well be Austrian. Do I roll then? So what do I roll? Sorry, I'm not familiar with the resolution mechanic in base.
So it's just 3 for inspiration and 3. And what do you got? 3. So 6 dice. So
6 dice.
Yeah. 3 from empathy and 3 from inspiration. Yep.
And you try to get 6s.
Okay.
Yep.
I missed no 6s. I got a 5.
All right. So we got told many legends, when we were younger, but it's as soon as we start school, then we are taught the truth of God, and he kind of nods to Father Gilsberg, and yeah, it's the Christian way has led us to become the great kingdom we are. So, but yeah, maybe we'll talk about it later. But
so it's literally you have to get a 6 for it to be a success.
yeah,
Okay.
he's not ignoring you, but he's like, we'll talk about it later. It's like 2 PM. We'll maybe after like a port or something tonight, he might be more into the
Port
conversation.
sounds like a plan. But first, this thing over here has a color which has nothing to envy to port. Do I see that purplish thing?
Yes, when I can find. Okay, here it is. Yes. So.
Here! Haha! Alfred! Give me a stick, please.
Alfred is just going to bend down and like he's going to grab like the most pathetic looking stick that he can like just find and just like hand it over. Right here, Master Shelton.
All right.
Thanks, Alfred. Napoleon, fetch. Sorry. Otherwise, it bothers me when I'm working. So I kneel and I look a closer look at the purple substance.
Yeah, and you're an actual hunter, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like someone's dropped some baits, and instead of putting them near the bushes or whatever to get some bear or balls or whatever, they've dropped them in the water.
Okay, so the purple thing is just gizzards and stuff like that.
Someone's tried to put some poison down to get rid of bears or pesky boars, and yeah, they've dropped them in the water, which is a pretty stupid thing for a hunter to do.
All right. Well, and it would be in connection with the fox hunt, then I think.
Possibly, Frederick, the future brother-in-law that went missing. He was a hunter. Mona would have told Carl about that. He's a hunter, so it's weird that he went missing. He should know these woods and know the area and know how to do it all.
However, Herr Lawrence, poison in the spring. Sure, an educated man such as yourself understands that you put poison in the spring of water, it will poison everything downstream.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened. I've been on a few fox hunts, but I was never as good as Frederick is. Yeah.
Well, we should fish it out to keep that from happening.
And is there a way? I can't think of a way that we would. I don't know. I imagine this poison's now thoroughly in the stream. Contaminated water. And it's basically.
It's not a huge amount, but you can see it has discolored sort of a small patch of it.
I will wade in and take it out regardless. Remove this corruption.
Literally trying to pick it up with your hands out of the water. Yeah,
like you said, it was like a.
You can say it have gloves. It is winter. Yeah. It's quite feasible.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm gonna follow the stream downstream because my idea is that maybe Frederick went to drink. He was further down and went for to refresh himself or something like that, and might have fallen unconscious or something. Right. So I'm walking down, following the downstream and looking if I see tracks that would make me think that someone might have fell off. Maybe he might be still be there, or if he fall off, he was taken away by someone or something.
Yeah. Anyone wants to have a look around the area? That's just logic and investigation together.
Logic and investigation.
If you can find anything or figure out more what happened.
It's not observation?
No, observation is sort of passive. There's someone sneaking up on you. Investigation is deliberately choosing to look around. And
do you mind me swapping them, because I don't think William is very observant actually.
Yep, go for it.
All right, so that's that means logic. So that's 6 dice, which is not great, but 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
What is
1, 6.
What is vigilance in this game?
Yeah, so let me just check between vigilance and observation, because one of them's like passive.
Observation's kind of the passive listening one. Vigilance is the whole, you notice if someone's coming up behind you.
I see. Yeah.
And I guess observation, it comes across like it's more like, it's with empathy, so it's more a social skill of observation rather than looking around for things, which is why I'm like, oh yeah, actually it makes more sense to have investigation rather than observation.
Okay. So how did you go? You got 1 success.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't see like a body downstream or anything. You would see there's a few points, and there's like tracks along the river, and there's a few points where somebody was bleeding and like leant against a tree and then leant against a rock and then kind of staggered up to where the baits were dropped. So it looked like someone was wounded and dropped the baits near the stream as they were in a hurry, but they were hurt because their footsteps weren't in a kind of, they were uneven footsteps. They were hurt and running away from something and bleeding.
Tracks, blood. I think we're getting closer, gentlemen.
Good work, Napoleon.
Is there anything unusual about the bait itself, or is it just?
No, it's just stuff
to
bait bears. There's too many bears in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Either make them sick and bugger off, or the smell will just drive them away.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not good for people. But you could look further out in the stream. You could return to sort of more where the fox hunt was, which is sort of more north of here.
Well, if there's bloods and tracks, so do we think the blood has what's his name, the groom? Is this blood from one of the people who got hurt during the mishaps or of the hunt?
I don't think so, because the fox hunt was sort of a kilometer over that way. So,
all right. Well, we should. I think we should try to track down whoever was bleeding here. So I'm gonna try to follow. Yeah, to look for footsteps or blood drips and so on that go further, and that includes. I guess the stream is quite shallow. There's a way to cross it. Looking on the other side of the stream, if they might have.
Yeah, you can just go up the stream a bit, and there's enough places across the stream. That's fine.
I don't know if Bloodhound applies in that case, if it's a prey or not.
That's a good question.
Oh, it's just to vigilance, so I guess I'm gonna read the description of vigilance too.
Yeah, so +2 vigilance when tracking your prey. So yeah, you can roll that and try and find where that goes upstream if you want. Garrett's like, we've got to keep track of the time. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. We only got about like an hour before it starts getting darker.
I'll follow the track using investigation, because you're right, vigilance seems to be passive. It's just when I'm on a hunt, I'm least likely to be surprised. So logic, it's and vigilance, so that's nope. Anyone's more lucky than me?
Yeah, so what would be rolling to follow the tracks? Vigilance.
Vigilance in this case.
It's vigilance. I thought it was investigation.
Oh yeah, it should be investigate, because vigilance is when someone's sneaking up on you.
Yeah. So investigation plus logic.
That bloodhound power doesn't make any sense to me then. Like, you're really good at not getting surprised by your prey when you're hunting them, I suppose. But that seems like a fairly niche thing as opposed to finding your prey. But anyway, let's all do the rolls and see whether or not we can get anything. Vigilance, investigation is logic. 3, 4 dice. Nope, nothing.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you can. So hang on, you were looking at where the tracks in the stream went. You weren't going back to the fox hunt, were you? No. Okay.
No.
Cool. All right. So yeah, it just looked like a dead end. The stream sort of comes through a fork where other streams feed into it. Well, sorry, it feeds into another stream and it becomes a sort of bigger river. There's no more sort of tracks in this area. Alfred, are you doing anything? Or?
I don't think. I think perhaps because we were like in that like neck of the woods. Like
Yes, you're in the lightly wooded hills. Yep.
Yeah, I think we hit, and we were basically just like searching around, like following the tracks. I think we probably spent some time there, like going between like the trees, like following the tracks. I think we would ask if observation maybe like works in this case to see if like I can maybe like observe if there's like been like anything particular like that's maybe like changed, like any particular sounds in the distance.
All right, so you just kind of stop and listen for a while. All right, roll observation and empathy. Oh no, hang on, because that's no observation, empathy, social skills, and that.
No, yeah, I was going to ask just to see if you would allow it, but completely understand if not.
If you just want to like listen to see if you can hear anything odd or whatever, that would just be vigilance in this case.
Vigilance. Okay, I'll do that. That will be 5.
Yep.
Now let me see. I got 1 success.
All right. So you can hear someone coming through the trees and bushes behind you.
I think after that
you can see this person.
After that, just the person.
Yep. And he says, "Oh, greetings. Hello. Yes.
Greetings.
You saw him earlier at the buffet table. Says, hi, I'm Gustav. I was out here looking, hoping to find, poor Frederick's missing, so I thought I'd come and have a look at myself."
Yes, did you manage to find anything?
No, unfortunately. It's haven't got a lot of daylight left, so I just thought I'd come and have a look, but nothing yet. It's strange. I heard he was a good hunter. But...
Yes, apparently that is the talk around. Did you know Frederick?
Frederick, yeah, I'd met him a few times. I was on the fox hunt as well, but we all got separated when there was a few accidents, and yeah, it's a shame. He was, young and fit, and he should be fine, but I'm not sure what's happened. So I thought I'd come out and try and help. So the rest of you would be able to see Alfred talking to this guy. He's only like 50 meters over that way. Father Giesler, what do you think you're up to?
I'll come up and talk to him. I'll join the conversation, I think. Try and get I think I try and get like a read on him, like if he's being genuine about just being like out here, or if he did he come to cover something up? Is he checking after us? Did he just get lost?
Yeah. All right, so that would be observation.
Right.
Observation and empathy in that case.
That would be 2 and a 4 and 6. There's 2 successes. There we go.
He definitely knows Frederick because he gave some details about what he remembers him wearing on that day. So, and he was definitely at the fox hunt, but like he doesn't seem worried about him. And also he's got a couple of like satchels and packs on his back. So it's like, why would he need to bring them?
Ask him what he's carrying. Like, you seem like you've come prepared out into the woods here. It's not that far away.
Oh yeah, I just thought in case I found anything interesting, I'd just have it.
Does it look like there's anything in the pouches or packs?
No. Nope, fairly empty.
What are you hoping to find out here?
Oh, sometimes you find herbs or, birds, mice, interesting things you can take back and sell in town or whatever, but...
You pick up dead birds and mice to sell back in town?
Living if I can. Sometimes people want a pet. They want a pet pigeon or a quail or something.
And you just take them. Not...
Got my own.
Do you fancy yourself a hunter?
I'm not too bad at it.
Not too bad at it. What is your greatest?
What about I'm still getting up there. I think I'm not as good as I don't think I'm as good as what Frederick was. But what about you? What do you do, sir?
I help the lost find their way back to the Lord.
But I thought you meant a policeman for a minute.
No.
Oh, okay, you meant a priest. Oh, okay. Well,
are you saved, my son?
Am I what?
A member of the church in good standing.
Oh, I believe so. I don't think I've broken any church rules or laws or anything.
That's good.
You've seen that look in people's face before. Not genuine at all. Because you've seen plenty of people that don't regularly go to church and give you this. Of course.
Yeah.
Not.
I've seen a church before.
All right.
He's not worried.
Excuse me, I did not quite catch the name. Can you repeat it for me? My apologies.
Gustav Kaplan. Garrett's like, this is my cousin Gustav. Here for the wedding, of course, and and your company, of course, cousin. But
would you say you? It's how to phrase this.
You can think about it for a sec. Carl, are you up to anything?
No, I don't immediately see anything to apply our skills to right here. We've wandered around the woods and we've lost the trail that we found, and there doesn't appear to be anything about other than this bloke who Alfred is talking to. So Carl's looking pretty useless, I think, just poking around the woods trying to find tracks and failing miserably.
You would have time to return to where the fox hunter is, but you'd have to kind of go now because you're running out of daylight. But you can always do that tomorrow too. That's up to you.
No, we should find this poor boy before it gets dark. It's cold outside. One night out in the snow is enough to kill a man.
Exactly.
So we should. I will go back to the fox hunters, and we will search. Is it the fox hunters out here? Is this what Gustav's doing?
Yes. We can all go. Let's all go. So you sort of point up that way, and
we have the greatest hunter in all of Bavaria with us right here. And his hand expands back to Wilhelm, and then lowers down to Napoleon, and says, "Yes, of course."
I don't notice that it is done. I just blush. Carl, you're too kind.
No nonsense. A very good boy indeed.
I blush even more.
Oh dear.
All right, yeah, it's a shame I lost. We had some lead, and now we're struggling again. Maybe if using my knowledge of animals, do you have an idea where there might be if someone is something at knowing the lay of the land, can I sort of guess in which area you'd be more likely to find a cave or a burrow of some kind?
Yes, more closer to the area you're heading into.
Yeah. So
Where
I'll
the
go.
fox hunt went bad, basically.
Yeah. So I say that to the others. I think one would find this way, and I recommend we should go over there.
You're the hunter.
All right, so you sort of half quickly walk, half jog to the sort of where the fox hunt was. All right, so you look around. If anyone wants to roll investigation.
Yep, gonna do that.
Can we help to add dice or anything like that?
Well, you can all roll yourselves. You can all have a look, spread out, and have a look around. And
All right.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Looks like Callum got a success.
Nice.
Is there anything to be gained from more successes? I don't know the mechanisms here.
Yeah. The more you get, the better.
All right.
Oh, I got a success as well. Yeah.
As did I.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
so
were
three.
these? Where were these earlier? You know.
All right, so just as it's starting to get a little bit darker, but it's like, oh, hang on, light starting to fade on the horizon. There's still light snow, but it's like, oh yeah, you can see, Wilhelm sees more of the blood he saw earlier. You can see, they look like a handprint and then some claw prints next to it.
Ooh.
On a tree, and then you find Frederick up a tree a little bit further away.
Alive.
Frederick is not alive.
Oh no.
He's got cuts on his limbs, well, tear marks on his limbs. Basically been disemboweled.
Oh.
Does it look like he was attacked and then climbed up the tree to get away, or was attacked in the tree? Or attacked
a bit of both. A bit of both. He was trying to get away from something and was not able to.
Alfred, avert your eyes. This is not a site for a tornado just like you. we should
have been a bear.
We should be careful of the younger ones.
Judging by the claw marks on the tree, anyone can figure out it was a reasonable sized creature. It was not a rabbit. They're at least sort of 5 inches or 20 centimeters long. So
rabbit can be nasty things,
Regardless, bring him down and take care of him, bring him back.
Yeah. Gustav's helping you. Garrett's sort of in shock. He's no, and he's obviously quite upset. His face is going pale.
Come away, brother. I reach a hand around him. I will take you back to Mona. This is a most awful sight. And I look over at Engels and I say, we must bring back the body, yes, to the chateau. It must be put to rest and reported to the poor boy's family.
I've seen much worse. At least he's in one piece.
Good grief! A little bit of dignity.
But all right. So Garrett's in shock. He's pale and he's sort of shaking a bit, and he keeps kind of looking back. But he'll come away with Carl. Mona said they've been friends for 10 years or whatever. So it's obvious he's quite upset by it.
After this, helping with retrieving the body, I think he like ask like to Gustav like, Herr Kaplan, did you pass through this area at all by any chance before?
No. Yeah, if I hadn't seen him before, I would have got him down.
Does he seem still unconcerned?
Yeah, in this case, I'm trying to.
So that would
get a read on
be
him.
observation empathy, because it's you're looking for his reactions and stuff.
Yeah.
Carl, you don't have to roll for Garrett. He's honestly in shock and upset about it all. It's unless he's like a master thespian, he's completely genuine.
Yeah, okay.
There.
Observation empathy on that one. If
Okay. I rolled observation. I didn't get any success, but
I did get a success on that one.
He seems scared, not necessarily concerned.
Does he seem scared of what might be in the woods, or of us, or something else?
No, not of you.
Of being discovered, maybe.
Yeah, he doesn't seem scared of you at all. You're an old priest. He's like, yeah. No, occasionally he looks back to the claw mark on the tree, and he's
Mm-hmm. All right, let's take poor guy
That's
back.
that's quite some game over here. Any idea what sort of creatures in these woods would be like that, Gustav?
I've seen some big weasels out here, but I don't think they could.
That's quite a weasel, young man.
Wilhelm, does this look like a bear or anything? Maybe.
Well, we're not supposed to have, such big ones.
Not supposed to.
It's not Siberia over here or the Arctic. Let me have a closer look. I have a closer look, and I try to identify. Do I identify a Vaesen creature, but perchance something I've met before?
You'd probably have to go to a library to sort of cross-reference stuff. But in terms of general hunting, it would at least be like cougar or human-sized. It is not something smaller than that because it was too far up the tree and the claw marks were too long.
All right, this thing would be probably either a human man or a middle-aged woman with a high appetite for sexual encounters.
God. Dear. And I said at least it may be bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind
Might
of
be bigger than a middle-aged woman.
Yes.
As I lead Garrett away, I'll say to him, do not worry about your friend and the arrangements. We will take care of all this for you. At this time in your grief, you should be, you should seek solace in the arms of my cousin and Herr Geislerg and myself. We will take care of the body. And we will make sure that the right arrangements are made for him.
Thank you.
Yes.
I see why Mona sent for you. She was right. Thank you. I'm glad you came.
I think perhaps. Well, is it getting late now, or?
Yeah. It'll be like 6 by the time you get back to the chateau. You brought the body back.
Yeah. I guess I don't know if anybody else. If there's any other clues to find around here or something, right? I'm angling towards using my while Herr Geislerg, sits with the body and to, perform the last rites and everything in the storeroom that we put it in, right? I'm going to do a seance to contact the dead. Because if you can speak to the dead, it makes murder mysteries very easy if you can ask them who killed you, right?
I think maybe perhaps before we actually get the body from the tree and back to civilization, I think as we the tree moving it back, after the villagers can pat it down the body of Tedric and see if there's anything strange or unusual on his person.
I mean, he wasn't carrying foreign currency or anything weird. He didn't have the crown jewels in his pocket or anything in terms of items on him. You can see by the stomach wound that there's some weird discolored liquid there. It does not match the stuff in the river. You're not sure what it is, but it doesn't look like human blood or anything. So there's something weird on one of the wounds.
Yeah, Alfred will just discreetly mention that probably to Angels, because he's probably the closest
What
here
does
to
it
that.
taste like?
Sorry, what was what like?
What does it taste like, Alfred?
Father Gestrick, I do not know that, and I will encourage you also to refrain from just swallowing strange liquids you find in the wilds.
One must investigate thoroughly.
You have medicine, right, Alfred? Is that able to be used as a investigation here for it?
I think with medicine, I'm trying to remember. I think medicine can be used for investigating bodies.
Yeah. No, you can.
Yeah.
That would apply, yeah.
Oh yeah. Medicine also includes absolute knowledge about atomic diseases and injuries. Okay, then in that case, Alfred is going to just look a bit closer to the actual
so basically, Carl escorted Garrett back to the chateau, and Gustav helped the rest of you bring the body back. And then he went to go and change and have a bath or whatever. So the four of you are looking at the body, or was Wilhelm doing something else? You're muted.
I would be looking at the body as well.
All right, so all four of you are there under the guise of the priest is attending to the body, because there's a legitimate reason why he would actually be there all there.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's a bit weird.
2 success.
I also got a success. I did a medicine check to inspect the wounds as well.
What was Wilhelm rolling for?
Sorry, what?
What were you rolling for, Wilhelm?
Oh, sorry, I was investigating traces, trying to identify the creature.
All right, so you're just looking around the
on the body. Yeah.
You can see it's all the same sort of wounds. It's like tearing from claws or very jagged knives. In terms of, you did get a success with medicine, didn't you, Alfred?
Yes.
Yes, it's some sort of poison. It's like a paralytic poison that'll slow people down.
Is it naturally generated, or is it like something would a human being would have used?
Is it poison or is it venom? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's naturally created. It's not alchemical.
Venom.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a venomous bear. Does such a thing exist?
I met my share of venomous cougar, but they don't usually stray in these woods. Yep, I think we got some game that we need to catch to avenge the poor Frederick.
Well, also to keep the woods safe in case anyone else wanders into it.
Oh yeah, of course, that as well.
Is there a way to think back on what we may know of, like, the beasts of Bavaria, like the fables and everything? We didn't bring. I only brought 3 compendiums of the Grimm's fairy tales with me.
It's a big house. There might be a library.
Yeah, exactly, a library or whatever, right? But you know what I mean. I want to do the library use check.
Did you want to do seance first? Well,
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Do the seance first, yeah, while we have the body. I have gentlemen. I will
might be harder to get to it later.
Yes, gentlemen. I need you all to hold my hand.
Of course.
Engels and Wilhelm elbow Alfred out of the way to get each of Carl's hands, right? Yeah. You are always so quick to come to my aid, my friends. It's squeeze both your palms.
Always, Carl.
Sweaty.
Yeah. Alfred, if you could complete the circle, please, with Engels and Wilhelm.
Alfred will complete the circle, but I think you see Alfred just has this deadpan face as all this transpired.
So I roll observation and empathy, so 5 die. Of course it doesn't work. The lights, the candles flicker, you know.
I do want to mention something because I think we haven't mentioned it yet. Vaesen is year 0 engine game, and like a big thing about those is that you can push a roll.
Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned that. You can push a roll and take a condition.
Yeah, I definitely do that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So what do? I re-roll all the dice.
You re-roll everything that is not a 6.
Okay, cool. That doesn't help anyways. I mean, I guess I can't keep pushing it, can I?
No, you can only push it once. But you do have to decide what condition you take. It's got to make sense within the context. I'll put the things.
Yeah, I think I'll take the condition angry, I guess. Something is in the way of the veil between worlds, between the living and the dead. Something blocks the path of communication. Something holds this boy's spirit away from me. Something has taken my powers and cut me off from the spirit realm. We must find this, whatever it is. It is unnatural.
I thought, I guess, could you perhaps know what might be causing the interference with head director and his science?
I'm afraid the dead, the young Frederick here, will not speak to us until we have resolved it. When I curse and I kick over one of the, like something on the ground. And I wrench my hands free of Engels and Wilhelm, like maybe one of them holding on a bit tighter than they should do.
Carl, gather yourself. It's not your fault. We'll get to the bottom of this. Trust me. You have my word.
Damn this! What good is this power if I am not able to? I turned French as soon as I did that. But Carl's very storms out of the room. I need a brandy.
Yep. I mean, there's still people around the buffet table. Obviously, it's more evening food with like sliced meat, and there's some hot strudel. But it's a lot more somber.
I need strudel. You boy, you sir, you've had too much strudel already. Out of the way.
Okay, there's still people milling around and eating, but it's a lot more somber because people are in shock and they've heard about sort of what's happened, and very, very different atmosphere to 6 hours ago.
Okay, so instead it's how could you be eating strudel at a time like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's ask if there's a library around. Yeah.
Yep. Are you going to pray or anything while you're at the body, or?
I do the usual. Blah, 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 blah.
Cut off the hands, eat the eyes, that sort of stuff. No.
Jumbo, yeah.
Yep. All right. Okay. So Carl's getting some food and drink. Engels is going to the library. Alfred and Wilhelm, what are you doing?
So is Gustav at the reception?
He's yes, he would come down after a while. And
okay, I guess I'll just go around smoking my pipe and nodding to people, not really engaging in conversation, but like browsing around, and actively looking if I notice anyone behaving suspiciously and trying to get bribes of conversation for something that is amiss.
Just kind of casually mingling. All right. So we'll come back to that. Alfred, what are you up to?
I think that Alfred is going to try like snoop around the actual building itself, see if he can find any room that seems like weird.
Inside the building or outside the building?
I think inside the building at the moment,
Right.
because
So you're like looking in rooms and stuff, and
yeah, just like perusing through rooms essentially to see if he can like spot anything that like stands out, like anything unusual.
okay. All right. Again, that's going to take some time. So Wilhelm, yeah, it would be observation. So observation, empathy, I think.
Ugh.
It's still empathy.
Willem smoking the pipe with his 2d6 of empathy and observation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You can push it if you want. This is an option.
Yeah. That's
can push it. I'm gonna push it for. I'm a bit frightened, you know.
You can go physical because you guys have done a bunch of exercise today. You can just say, "Look, I'm exhausted. I can't mingle because I'm knackered."
No, I'd say I like frightened because, you know, it's not like Carl to get carried away like that.
Maybe your mind goes back to the tree and you thought, if it's a bear, it's a friggin' big bear and it was high on the tree.
I think I'm less impressed by you know, the physical features of the creature than I just think Carl is a talented individual, so he should have been able to reach out to that thing. It's not just some beast; it's something worse, a witch or one of those things. I don't understand, which is what really frightens me.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, does it work? Yeah. Okay, so frightened. Okay, frightened of unknown or barrier.
Yeah, so you get one less dice because you got a condition. So, no.
All right, so I do that.
Yep. So people are talking about, you know, who's going to take its place as a groomsman, or they're talking about the times they've, you know, memories they've had of him, and they're, yeah, just in shock about it all. And
okay.
Okay, looking around the house. That would be investigation, Alfred. So you can spot all the upside down crucifixes and all of that. No, it's nothing like that.
So let's see. That will be for the dice. Let us check. One success.
What would you find? I think, what would you find? You find a pamphlet, an advertisement for they found some Celtic stuff, ancient Celtic stuff in the region, and there's like an exposition. Yeah, it's not expedition. A show displaying Celtic artifacts in the local rat house or town hall. And there's just a pamphlet for that. You found that someone's just sort of read it and chucked it in the bush as I went past the outskirts of the chateau.
This might give us a lead. And after just take the pamphlet. And then probably not to see anything else out of the ordinary, probably just go back to like the main area where everyone's located at.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's now about 9 at night. Some people are heading to bed because it's been a bit of a day after what happened. Is anyone else doing anything else tonight?
I'm doing the library check.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's investigation. Oh, Or no, it's learning. Sorry.
Learning and logic. That's 4.
Yep.
2 successes.
Holy crap! All right, you find a journal.
Hmm.
Here it is. Shit. Put it there, but I can also display it. Can you read that? Or
I can, yeah, more or less read it. Yeah, Journal of the Friar Lacajerish, year of our Lord 1454. We saw the comet in the sky last night and discussed it at great length throughout the day. Brother Renato claims it was a sign of our Lord, but I am unsure. Lord is not capitalized. We went out again tonight, but I fervently wish we had not. Shortly after sundown, we were finishing our duties before the evening meal when the foulest beast, capital B, slithered over the monastery wall. Cries of demon and dragon were being made as we fled from the beast's presence. It hissed and chased different people around the place, flicking one with its tail and biting another with its fur-covered head. Father Yusek tripped and fell in the garden. His legs had been ailing him for some time, but perhaps the good Lord took pity. For the beast dove towards the garden, then quickly shook its head and turned away. We hurried inside and watched through the windows. The beast had caught several of our community and fled over the wall. Brother Renato was found badly injured on the ground, most of his chest torn asunder. We will bury him tomorrow after prayers. While I knew not why the beast came here or what it wanted, surely it was sent by Lucifer, and I pray to the Trinity we shall never see it again. All right.
And the monastery that that friar was at is like a kilometer over that way. It's part of the town, so it's definitely a local event.
Maybe in the morning.
Ah, okay. So I thought it might be Irish or something, since you mentioned a Celtic exhibition. Okay, it's actually local monastery. Oh.
It's an exhibition of Celtic stuff they found, right? Not.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I will relate this to my companions and sleep on it, pray on it.
Yeah, I'll give you nice dreams.
Yeah.
So, what was the Celtic link there? Sorry.
Alfred found a pamphlet about there's a display of ancient Celtic artifacts in town that were found nearby, and they'd sort of done them up and brought them back to town.
Artifacts nearby. Okay, yeah, just because I was thinking like there were no priests at Celtic monasteries. That was a very different religion. Okay, so 2 different things that we can pursue in town. The chapel and the monastery, whatever it was, is in town as well, right? And the Celtic artifacts are in town.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think those are our next 2 leads, right? Given that we don't have anything else here, Carl will just be angry mostly with himself because I think my dark secret is that I am compelled by the voice of the dead, and I know that somewhere Frederick must be screaming, and I can't hear him yet due to my own failings. So drinking brandy moodily, and with saying to Mona, "You should not blame yourself. You should blame me. Damn it!" like.
She's like, yeah, it's like, don't be hard on yourself. It's good you came, but I have to see to Garrett now. Thank you.
You must see to him, and if there is anything more I can do, of course there is nothing I can do, nothing in my power. But
maybe. Well, we do need a groomsman now.
If you would, if that would be of some aid to you and to Herr Lawrence in your time of need, then I shall put my paltry powers to the service. It is all I am good for, to stand there and to look pretty. However, I think that's pretty much all I'll be doing for the night. I can't think of anything else to do other than when is the wedding?
Like 3 days' time.
Cool. Yeah, okay. So we got tomorrow to go over. I was looking at the information tab, and you can use skills to remove conditions from people.
Oh.
So we're both frightened and angry. Somebody could use their inspiration to try and clear that from us. I don't know if that is a thing that could be attempted on both of us at the same time by the good father. I mean, he is, let us pray, that kind of thing, right? You know.
Yes and no. Would Carl find a Catholic lecture inspirational?
Engels brings me peace.
Yeah.
You know, it is not the theology of it, but the spirit of the man, the belief, the compassion that I see within Herr Geisler's eyes as he stares at me.
That's what it is.
It would almost be, you know, on a Frowling, I would perhaps suspect it is something more, but on Herr Geisler, of course, it is just simply the love that he has for his fellow man.
It could be a type of situation which is like, oh, I feel frightened and lost. And then Geisler speaks, and we're like, well, at least I'm not as lost as this fool.
I mean, you do get rid of one condition if you get like a good night's rest, but then again, would you have a good night's rest after what happened yesterday? Some people would, some people wouldn't. You got to just think about the situation.
I'm drinking a hell of a lot of brandy. I probably would.
Yes, nothing that a good chunk of liquor cannot.
But let's remember that, because I will be pushing more and more often now that I know that that's a mechanic for the inevitable failures of our game. Also, just to remind ourselves, we can just confess to Herr Geisler and heal 3 conditions instead of 2. So that says to me, burn those conditions as fast as possible, and then go to Herr Geisler and go, you know, oh, I stole the sugar from the sugar jar. You know, yeah.
It says under heal mental conditions, you can use inspiration to heal 3 conditions per success. But my absolution says players who confess you can heal 3 conditions instead of 2. I'm not sure which. Something's off there. I will.
So we will say regularly it's 2, and then your doing absolution would be 3. Because it's got to be better, otherwise it wouldn't be a talent.
Yeah. Let me see.
Perhaps it's the instead of it being mental conditions, which I think is how we're thinking of it, perhaps it's standing in for rest instead, because rest is just simply describe a scene together with one or several of the PCs to come recover from 2 conditions, and they are mental or physical conditions rather than either. So perhaps yours is, by doing that scene with you, you can recover 3 physical or mental conditions as opposed to
Also, just a note in the pushing the doors, because that was mentioned. When you push a door, you do yet a condition, and every condition you have does give you a -1 die. So physical conditions give you a -1 die on any physical or decision door, and mentals give you a -1 on any logical empathy. So if you got, for example, 2 mental, for example, for you will, if you wanted to do like an observation with your empathy, and you had like 2 mental conditions, then you would only roll 3 dice instead of the 5, because you have 2 conditions, so that's -2 die.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. The only free league game I played much of is Alien, and that's quite different with
very different
stress and everything. Yeah. Okay.
So you are kind of meant to push those to get what you want, but if you push too much, then that becomes even harder and harder to get successes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a management game.
So is anyone talking to anyone before they go to bed, or are you all just crashing, or?
You know, why don't we? Because it's once per day, right? So we may as well take advantage of that. Describe a scene together with one or several of the PCs, and sat in the smoking room, Yeah, drinking the brandy heavily, looking at the others, and saying, "I am sorry I have let you all down with my, these powers of mine. They come from. Yet the dead, they speak and they howl to me in every corner of this country, but not here when we need them."
Perhaps he was too freshly dead, and his soul is still bound to the place where he was killed. He's not available for you to speak to yet, but soon.
Perhaps, Herr Geislerk, perhaps, but these. What if this beast still roams? The journal that you found, it says that many were injured. I could not bear such a thing to
Demon
happen
or a
to.
dragon or something. I'm leaning toward demon myself.
Yes, if anything happened to dear Mona, I do not know. And Herr Wilhelm, you are not your normal self. You seem quiet.
I think this is a welcome to change for once.
Thanks for being so. Do not worry about me, young Alfred. Oh, I've seen worse.
Anytime, Master Shotgun.
Yes, it's worrying. I haven't faced snake-like creatures yet.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
I think Napoleon will howl and kind of rub around your leg, Carl,
Yeah.
and then go back to Wilhelm.
Yeah, he gets on its back and scratches belly. Yes. Yeah, you shouldn't blame yourself, Carl. If it was easy, they wouldn't have to call on us to deal with this sort of situations. I'm just worried and wondering if more than just a beast, there might be something in control of it. Does it have intent, or is it something just some wild creature that we need to catch? I certainly hope it's more of the latter. But yeah, the groom, the what do you call that? What's the man equivalent of a bridesmaid?
Groomsman.
Groomsman.
Yep.
It was a groomsman who passed, and I heard you're taking over this charge, Carl. Maybe maybe I should stand guard next to your door if it's something that's targeting this wedding itself, trying to slow it down.
I would ask. I think that is a fine idea, Herr von Schönbrunn. But perhaps you could stand outside the door of dear Mona, for she's defenseless against such a beast.
Well, she's got Garrett with her. I'm sure they'll be right. And there are like guards for the chateau. Now, there's 2 rooms with 2 single beds in each, basically. So who's bunking with who?
I will bunk with young Hoffman.
Great. Right.
Yeah, the fallen faces of Engels, Wilhelm, Carl.
Oh dear. All right. So you crash, either through fatigue or brandy or both. You have a good night's sleep.
Napoleon is like.
The dog's putting its paws over its ears because, oh no.
Yeah. Should we have 5 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna check on my son if he's put himself.
5 minutes.
Cool. Let's do that.
So I guess we can clear conditions. We had a
Yes.
rest scene. Yeah.
Yep. I'm just going to do a couple of dreams for 2 of the others. Right. Mark, you dream of your trauma.
Mm.
Would you like to describe that scene, or do you want me to do it for you?
You can give me somewhere to start, and then I can fill it out.
Probably some pickpockets. From a priest was giving a sermon, it's about to head back in, some pickpockets grabbing stuff and run off, and then
and then the so there's a church grim that is a guardian of the church created by entombing an animal in the wall, apparently.
Yeah, very sort of black wolf appearance.
Yeah, and so I think I was there. If they came in, they were stealing out the back of the church while a sermon was going on, and maybe the priest who was giving the sermon had forgotten something, and I rushed back to get the thing that he needed. I saw the incident in in progress. Very traumatizing. They were ripped to pieces. Very, very messy.
And you sort of wake with a start, and but you've had the dream quite a few times because
many times.
It's not something that you forget. More peacefully, Wilhelm, you have a dream. You're kind of walking through a field, holding a child's hand, and their voice says, "Oh, this is lovely, Father. We should do this more often." And you turn to look at their face, and then you wake up. Napoleon's kind of looking at you like,
Alfred, where's my breakfast?
He's in another room. It's probably about 4 a.m. at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs from some Frühstück.
All right. One down. So at 4 a.m, you're going to go down for a snack at the buffet table.
Yep.
Okay. Roll vigilance. No, sorry. Vigilance.
Vigilance. All right. Do I have? Oh, we recovered our conditions, correct?
Yeah, by now you would have because you rested enough.
Nope. I'm concentrated on the breakfast.
All right. You can. I thought you heard something, but oh no, this is pretty tasty. So you have the breakfast. Go back up. You thought you heard the front door, but couldn't have been. Who the hell's going to go outside at 4 a.m? That's ridiculous. Too cold. All right. The next day, I believe there was talk of going into town, but you don't have to. You can kind of take your time and just enjoy the festivities. Depends how diligent you are.
Wait for the wedding, let it all blow over. Yep.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Checking out the town. I will definitely visit the church.
Yeah. So should we split up, perhaps? Like two
Sure.
of us go to the church and two of us go to the museum.
Yes. Would you like to join me?
Well, of course, Herr Geisler. Wilhelm Hoffman, are you okay to check the museum?
The museum. Sorry. I would have thought that scholars would be more adequate to go to the museum. Why I should check this monastery where the beast might be laying? Is it a still used monastery, or is it some kind of ruins?
It'll still be used. There's still a strong Catholic presence, so yeah.
But you raise a very good point, Herr Schönbrunn. Perhaps you should go with Herr Geisler, and I should go with young Hoffman.
Yes. Duty above all.
I don't have to hear any more of his snoring.
All right.
Perhaps the roomies should go with each other, yeah?
Okay. So we'll do the museum first. So there's a display of Celtic stuff because it's found all over France, Germany, Turkey. Well, some in Turkey, but there's quite a lot found in Germany in some of the low river beds. I'll show you one of the sort of the star piece because it's friggin' huge. And why is that not sharing? Here we go. Is a giant cauldron. It's about 3 foot across, about 2 foot deep. Christ, why don't I go to Imperial? Yeah, about 120 centimeters by 80 centimeters with various carving. It's obviously from, over 1,500 years ago. Quite intricate despite being bronze. They were quite a well-developed culture. If you're having a look at it, you can roll learning. Actually, learning or investigation, which, shit, I don't want that. Sorry. Oh, poo. Where's that gone? Let's roll that again. Oh, you don't need to see the bloody spreadsheet. Stop. I'll put the picture back up for a second. So, yeah, either learning or investigation.
Yeah, okay.
Learning means you've seen this sort of stuff before. Investigation is just you're just having a damn good close look at it.
Yeah, okay. I added 2 6s, and I think I'm going to go on a D. Let's go into this investigation angle.
Right, so you're having a good physical look at it. Yep. Okay, yeah, it mostly looks like, warriors and farming and religious sort of ceremonies of the characters drawn on the cauldron, as well as in some of the paintings of cave drawings they found. 2 6s. Holy crap. Okay, yep. It's like, this is interesting. This small one and sort of one section, it's like there's some big there's like a comet in the sky, this big sort of serpent creature attacking people who are running the hell away from it. And it's kind of different in theme and tone to the rest of the cauldron.
I was going to call over a card. Doesn't this have striking similarities to this story that Father Geisler found in that journal?
Did we go to the museum or to the...
Yeah, that was a museum I was doing. Yep.
Yeah, okay, we're at the museum. I suppose we must find out if there is any connection to the journal that Herr Geisler found. I don't see it immediately, though. The Celtic artifacts, I don't think any Catholic church would have any truck with such things.
The journal that Father Geisler found mentioned a comet, and this depicts a comet as well.
Did it
Perhaps
mention a comet? Oh, we saw the comet in the sky last night. The comet. Yeah.
Do you-
What comet could this be? I mean, astronomy was never one of my pastimes.
it was it for me, unfortunately. And I think Arthur is going to look about and see if he can find any staff member of the museum of the exhibit.
Okay. Yeah, they're like, we were lucky to find this stuff. It's been restored to good condition.
And what is the significance of this comet symbol that we see here?
And they sort of talk about each other. Oh, yeah, that's yeah. I mean, obviously, the older civilizations believed that was a sign from the gods or the end of the world, and it was always a bad thing. And hence, there's some sort of this isn't obviously. Some people are going to go, oh, well, that's obviously some sort of dragon, but it was probably a wolf, and they were just scared. It's often misinterpreted what was actually happening. But yeah, obviously, there's a comet in the sky, and they saw that as a sign of evil. But yeah, we know it's from the area.
Is it dated?
Yeah,
How old are these?
From 300 AD.
And you mentioned that you found it in the area. Do you perhaps know where exactly you found it?
So they said there's some caves north of town.
Some caves in the town. Thank very much.
Could you some caves north of the town? I just unfold. Can I say I grabbed a map of the area from the
Sure.
house? We're strangers here, right? Like,
Yes.
perhaps you could mark it upon our map.
Yeah, and they just sort of chat to someone that finds the maps. And it takes about half an hour for them to sort of here in this area.
They're arguing among each other. Yeah. No, it was over here by the big rock. Like, yeah. Interesting. Tell me, in any of these the findings you have? I mean, I do not know. Did these people have a written language of any kind, or was it all symbols?
No, they had Ogma, so it was sort of written language of notes and stuff, and obviously they just said the comet. They didn't name it. The people who dug it up think it's Halley's Comet, which rocks up every 76 years.
And what? Halley's Comet? I've heard of this comet. Yeah, tell me, do you know when it will pass next? It would be such a sight to see.
Oh, they said no, it passed last year.
Mm-hmm.
It passed last year. And there was me in Munich, not able to see it from the light of the city's lamps. Well, was there any Ogma found here? I have heard of these.
Yeah, they show you some other books, but
these barbaric people. Any mention of us? They feared serpents of all things.
Yeah, we've got some sort of books over here where they talk about the serpents of the area, and it's all kind of dragon legends. Some have wings, some have feet, some don't. Some have, 2 tails, fire breathing, and all of that. And
any of them have poisonous claws?
Well, there's fire breath or like melting breath on some of the legends, but that's kind of is that a basilisk or is that a dragon? And yeah, it's hard to tell. There's lots from all over Europe.
Well, young Hoffman, I think we have found something of interest. Yeah, I mean, there is clearly some sort of link, as your eagle eyes have spotted. But now we know where these artifacts were found. Perhaps we should pay a visit to it.
All right,
Quite
we'll
indeed, Redacted. We shall make post haste while we still have daylight.
Yeah, it's still like mid-morning, so that's all right. We'll flip over to Engels and Wilhelm. You were going to the monastery, the church, yeah? All right. Why were you going there again? Oh, yeah, there's a journal. That's right. Okay. Yeah, they're happy to see you. Oh, Father, what a nice surprise. We didn't know you were coming. Come in.
Yeah.
Come in. This your
Neither did I until yesterday. And
sure.
I think I brought the journal with. I found this account of a beast that came during a comet. Do you know anything about it, or have there been other reports of anything similar in the last 400, 300 years?
Oh, let's just jump out for a sec. Well, they sort of chat a bit and look at it and call one of the older brothers over, and they sort of chat a bit and look at it. So they've probably spent 10, 20 minutes doing that. No, yeah, come into our library. We'll have a look. Because there's no like quick indexing system or anything. So they're probably going to spend a good hour looking at different books and looking back at it. And all right. Yeah, so they're in the monastery having a chat. I guess this would be a learning role, but it's kind of their role, isn't it? All right, let's have a look. Actually, that's not fair. It would be T. Jolly good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a reference here. And yeah, there's two references, and it's like they've got a copy of the one you've got, and they've also don't know another handout. There's sort of a note saying that, you know, someone was found in the woods, torn to pieces in May last year. And they're like, is this related? Is it not? And it's just sort of a thought from one of the brothers. But there's also a journal entry to 76 years before the one you've got, where the same thing happened. Comet rocks up, this weird snake thing attacked people in town. People got hurt, people got killed.
Were there any sightings in town recently of anything like that, or?
No.
Yeah.
There were some people going missing when the Halley's Comet was there last year, but they haven't been found.
So this thing comes around every 76 years or so, and
that's what it looks like.
Well, I guess it won't be bothering us until next time. Done and solved.
Do you have any questions? You doing anything while you're there, Wilhelm, or are you just kind of quietly observing? Or you're muted.
I'm going to have a stroll around, trying to notice if anything is amiss, around the monastery or the perimeter walls.
Okay.
So I guess it's investigation with logic.
Yeah, it would be.
So that's one success.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like an old monastery. It's obviously built a couple of 100 years ago. Seems fairly secure. There's quite high walls. There's garden beds near each of the walls. And when you sort of get back and talk to Engels about it, the previous entry, the one you didn't previously have access to, the early one from 76 years ago, also mentioned the beast avoided the garden.
Avoided?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go check this garden.
Looks like a garden. There's potatoes, carrots, spinach,
Any
broccoli.
would look older, trees or symbols?
No. There's a lot of vegetables. You can sort of smell them. And
it avoided the garden. I mean, I'm looking for, pieces of foundations that would be older, or if, I guess you wouldn't find a tree that is as old as the event. So I guess I'm looking for signs that this would be consecrated land for a type of cult or whatever.
I mean, it's been consecrated to the Christian God, but I mean, one of the priests was torn apart in the journal, so obviously that's not helping. But
not Christian, something older.
Yeah, not that you can see. But the monastery is at least a couple of 100 years old. But you could certainly ask them. They say, no, the monastery was built on a hill. There was nothing here. We had the land raised to sort of build the monastery fresh.
Okay.
All right. Should we say the group meets back up in town at a cafe or something, or back at the chateau?
No cafe.
Yeah. Perhaps at a beer house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's plenty of them. There's some soldiers there because you get beer as part of your rations of being in the Bavarian military, but they're not too rowdy because it's midday. But all right, I think we'll leave the story there. We'll hit the pause button. So at beer house midday after monastery and museum. Okay. All right. Well, since it's the first one, I'll follow Alon's tradition of any roses and thorns. Will, go for it.
It's been ages since I've done roses and thorns. We do wishes and stars most of the time these days. The thorns.
Oh, we can do wishes and stars if
stars. I really enjoyed hamming it up as a German occultist investigator. I don't know if any of you could tell, but I apologize for probably hamming it up a little bit too much. But I thought this was a very fun session, and I really enjoyed all the different character interactions and being at the heart of a love triangle that I'm oblivious to. When one of you die, then maybe I'll be able to finally hear the words of love. And I love, Alfred is just this, like his namesake, Alfred is the quietly competent butler who is, just getting on with it while we fart about being Batman, basically, with high ideas and often failing. My stars would be for all of that and for making some headway in the mystery.
You found out a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My wishes would be to make a successful seance roll at some point, because obviously that's why I chose the character for the magic powers, and to encounter some supernatural, spooky stuff. And getting way over our heads, I imagine, which I assume is, perhaps I'm projecting too much Call of Cthulhu onto this, but I presume you getting over your heads. Yeah.
No, it's on the way.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah,
if you guys had rolled like a shit ton of failures, I could have had the creature rock up earlier. But I'm like,
yeah. But yeah, great stuff. Looking forward to more of it. And it occurs to me that I do have a depiction of about this time in Bavaria, because I watched Nosferatu earlier in the year, right? So, and that I thought was pretty well done. So, So basically, Carl is a younger Willem Dafoe, I guess.
Callum.
So Roses, thanks Alfred for indulging in Willem's request, and I like that we played the romance. Torn, I need to. I found the PDF now. I need to go into the rules, read a little bit to see how it's supposed to work. And wishes some action, some shite, some rifle shooting, and so on.
Okay, I will warn you, combat is nasty. You got to be think about it, but okay. Definitely doable. Mark?
Yeah, good time. Glad to get a chance to get into the system and see what everything's about. I like the potential for spookiness in the setting. I think similarly, look, Wish is get with the spookiness. That is coming, so that's gonna be good. Yeah, everyone's characters and relationships tied together nicely. Yeah, I think I'm not used to systems where nothing happens on a failure. So I was like, oh, okay, just we don't do it. So I think that's just a wish, like, oh, see if we can like figure out how to make failure more like move forward instead of blocky.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, just looking forward to getting into figure out the mystery more and a little bit more, maybe not action, but action-ish stuff, like getting involved with the mechanics of how do we deal with the monsters and whatnot. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yep. I mean, there are spirits and shapeshifter stuff later, so yeah, that's definitely more spooky stuff on the way.
Yeah.
Dom.
Okay, for like starts, I'm going to echo a lot what's been said. I enjoyed the characters from Card and being oblivious to the love triangle, but also the entire I need to listen to the voice of the dead. If I don't listen to them, it's just all my fault. Everything that went wrong. To Wilhelm and his relationship with Alfred, I'm really big stuff if you calling for the data, just like suggesting the whole, hey, why don't it be like Alfred be Wilhelm's like a servant that doesn't listen, and like I feel like that's going to be a fun dynamic, and I'm like looking forward to seeing how we play it out in the coming sessions. And this is Father, I guess, again seeing this man of the clergy and like how his unique perspective might like influence like investigations of the creatures and the Vaesen. And to you, Blake, for running the game, because I've done like Vaesen like 2 years ago almost, like when I nearly joined Open, I had done a one shot for it, and I've been like looking for a chance to actually get to play it again. So really glad that you actually like posted it up, so I actually had a chance to play it. And for any wishes, I guess my wishes are going to be to a bit of what Mark mentioned about maybe like seeing how we can incorporate a bit more of failing forward into the game. But yeah, also I want to see us actually get face to face with some of the supernatural creatures, with some of the Vaesen, and whether that be for the good or the bad, how those introductions play out.
Yep, no worries. All right, yeah, I should have sort of detailed the system a bit more, but it's my bad. But yeah, no, it went all right. Nobody died, but you know, campaign's early. All right, all went good.
Next
all
time.
Right. I'll just end that.